What's happening, guys? It is your host of The Fig Show, Caleb Crocker, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are unboxing not one, but two AEW figures, because today we have AEW Unrivaled Series 5 SCU, baby. I mean, there should be like a Christopher Daniels for the U, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Scorpio Sky right here. We got Frankie Kazarian right here, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you that I have been wanting a Kaz figure for quite some time because I'm a big Kazarian fan. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's do what we do and let's get into it. All right, guys, here is SCU out of their plastic prison, and we're going to start with checking out Scorpio Sky. Now, the first thing we're going to check out with Scorpio Sky here is his accessories, and his first accessory is this rubber entrance jacket. Now, I'm feeling pretty mixed about this. I really love the design here on the back with their logo of the SCU and the Pride of the West. I think that's pretty awesome, and I love that it says Daniels, Kazarian, and Sky up there, even though we don't have a Daniels figure. But I think it's very nice. I like the detail on the zipper and the detail on the texture of the jacket, especially up here at the top, and the texture up here. But ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to get to what I hate about this figure. If you're looking around, you'll notice completely closed off on that side, completely closed off here on the front and back. Now, while that makes good mold, all they have is one opening here on the side, and as I said, it makes for a good mold. It makes you can really put a lot of design on there. But how the heck am I supposed to get this off with just one side? I'm gonna have to really fight to get this off of him, because even though it looks like it'll slide right off of his arm, it's big enough on his arm, the space for his head is not nearly big enough. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna work this around this head. So you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna fight with this off camera and come back to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I was able to get the entrance vest off, and it was not the most impossible thing in the world, but it did take me about a solid minute and was enough of a pain in my ass that I highly doubt my Scorpio Sky figure will ever get to wear his entrance jacket again. I'm so sorry, Scorpio, but I was worried about breaking the head. I was worried about breaking the arms. Like, this thing is not my favorite by any means. Oof. Now, my man Scorpio here also comes with an AEW World Tag Team Championship, and I think the belt is absolutely beautiful. I love the side plates, but the strap is a little flimsy for me. If you saw my Chris Jericho unboxing, you will know that when I put the AEW World title, ooh, there went Scorpio, sorry fella, but when I tried to close the back on it, the back was so flimsy that I kind of had to fight with it, and because of that reason, because of these flimsy little straps, I really do feel like the Mattel championships are a little bit better. But you know what? I usually am able to get the strap closed. And there you have it. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. I think these belts are very beautiful. I think they've got a good amount of detail for just being little bitty belts. I love that they have 4 side plates. That's pretty awesome. I think that really rounds out the look of the belt. And yeah, there's not much else to say except for I'm really excited to have these tag straps. Alright, now from there, I think Jazzwares does a pretty acceptable job at doing head scans. They're maybe not the absolute greatest in the world. They look a little weird. Maybe the skin looks a little weird. But they do pretty much fairly resemble the people that they are made after. So you know what? I think Scorpio Sky's head scan here, while it maybe looks a little weird, maybe looks a little cartoony or just a little off, and I can't quite place my finger on what it is, I do think at the same time it does look a fair amount alike the man. Now I know I'm contradicting myself a little here by saying that he's looks cartoony and a little off, but also looks like the man, but it's true in my opinion. Something looks a little off but I think it's fairly close to how Scorpio Sky looks. Now, as far as gear goes, Scorpio doesn't have anything too crazy that stands out. He's got solid white wrist tape, solid black elbow pads, the solid white boots, but the tights really stand out, especially here on this side. They have the big S for Scorpio Sky. They've got the big neon yellow and white belt, and I think the belt really pops, and I think the logos really pop. Even though it's pretty simple, sometimes simplicity is the best, because I really do think that this figure looks like it stands out in a subtle but nice way. From there, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw my Chris Jericho video, you've already heard me talk on AEW Articulation, so I won't waste too much time, but I will say just very good articulation. You've got swivel here, you've got very good ankle pivot there, very good double jointed knees. You got the pivot up there on the thigh, nice ball joints that you can do everything, you leapfrogs with. But my favorite thing about AEW figures are the double jointed elbows, and I know you cannot see it because of the elbow pads, but I'll tell you how you can tell that it's still double jointed. When the man can touch his head, when the man can look through his own hands like that, that's double jointed articulation right there, baby. But the other thing I really like about AEW figures, the second thing that is this ab crunch. And you know what? It's not quite as good here on Scorpio as it was on Jericho, but I think it's pretty good. I mean, he's hiding a whole set of abs there under the crunch. So I think that's very nice. Really like the crunch. Really like the articulation. I really like how it's basically the articulation of an Ultimate figure, a WWE Ultimate figure, but they were able to do it without the big goofy abdomen. They were able to do it and make it look nice. Now it's time to check out my boy Kaz, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm super excited to have a Frankie Kazarian figure. I've been a big fan of his for years. I was a huge fan of his when he was in TNA, when I was a kid coming up. And I thought he was a tremendous worker. I thought he had just such an impressive moveset, such a unique offense. And I'm so glad to have him here. Now, with that being said, we're going to start with his accessories, but his first accessory is an AEW World Tag Team Championship, just like Scorpio Sky's. So I'll show it to you here, but we're not going to go in any more detail about that because we saw it earlier. So we're going to start with old Kazarian's rubber entrance jacket, and you know what? I like it a lot better than I like Scorpio Sky's. I really love the SCU on the front. I love the zipper detail, but I really dig the alligator skin texture on the arms. I really dig the spikes up there on the shoulders. I really dig the gold trim. Man, I love these spikes here on the shoulders, and also I really dig the 3 spikes on the hood there. Not sure if you can see that, but man, what a tremendous detail. And this is the worst town I've ever been in. And that's really awesome. And of course it says Daniels, Kazarian, and Sky down there. It's got the plane flying through the world. And I think, man, that's super awesome. What a great jacket for a heel. Obviously, though, it starts to kind of feel like generic heel heat because, you know, you're just wearing the same jacket in every town. And, you know, that is a generic heat. Oh, man, what a terrible town I'm in. Oh, man, I hate whatever the hometown sports team is, but regardless, it's a nice jacket. One last thing I've got to point out about the jacket is that it opens from the front, not the side, and even though I haven't taken it off yet, I'm feeling like it's already going to be a little easier to get off than Sky's was. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong, so wrong. This was just as hard, if not harder, to get off than Scorpio Sky's. I had to bend the mold, and I was like crumbling the shoulders. I literally had like the hood like touching the elbow back here, just trying to pull this jacket off. It's terrible. I absolutely love the looks, but man, these rubber jackets are just awful. And I hate how beautiful it is to be just so worthless, because I'm not gonna fight to take this on and off every match I want to have with Kazarian. From there, ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, Jazzwares is a little weird with their head scans. I don't know if it's the skin tone or if he just looks like a pissed off angry Russian to me, or what the deal is, but something looks a little weird about this Kazarian, but at the same time, in his face, who do I still see? It's Frankie Kazarian, and I absolutely think that, I think it's passable. Like Sky, my boy Kazarian has fairly simple gear with the solid black boots, kick pads, knee pads, and wrist tape. However, he's got some very, very nice trunks here. I really dig this little looking ninja star on the shield looking design, as well as where it says Rebel here on the side. It has this really cool logo. It says Kaz, and on the other side SCU. You know what, man? These are a really neat pair of trunks that have a lot of detail. You got something on each side, something on the front, something on the back, and you know what? I really dig it. Kaz has the same articulation as Scorpio and all the rest of the AEW figures, but God, what good articulation it is. He's grabbing the back of his neck and he's scratching his back at the same time. WWE figures cannot do that. Alright guys, that does it for Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, SCU, SoCal Uncensored, and I cannot wait to get these two into the Fig Fed alongside of these beautiful championship belts and put on some 5-star tag team bangers. Alright guys, that has been the video. If you dug it, be sure to like, subscribe, get down there and comment, let me know what you thought of those awesome Unrivaled Series 5 SCU figures, and remember ladies and gentlemen, we're only going to get better from here.